Imagine a quiet evening in a rural town when a young man's drive home turns into one of the most puzzling disappearances in recent history. This is the story of Brandon Swanson, a mystery that has haunted his family, friends, and investigators since 2008. If you're drawn to real-life mysteries that remain unsolved, be sure to subscribe, and let's dive into this eerie tale. A regular night. On the night of May 13, 2008, 19-year-old Brandon Swanson was driving home to Marshall, Minnesota after celebrating the end of his semester at Minnesota West Community and Technical College. He'd spent the evening with friends in Canby, a nearby town, but around midnight as he made his way home, something went wrong. Brandon's car veered off a gravel road, sliding into a ditch. He was unharmed, but his car was stuck, leaving him stranded on the rural road. Thinking he was close to the nearby town of Lynd, Brandon called his parents, Brian and Annette Swanson, for help. Calm and level-headed, he explained his situation and directed them to what he believed was his location. His parents immediately set out, hoping to bring him home safely. However, as they searched the area, they found no sign of Brandon or his car. Despite Brandon's clear directions, they couldn't find him. The disorientation only added to the confusion, raising questions that would linger long after that night. The last phone call. To stay connected and guide his parents, Brandon remained on the phone with his father as they drove around looking for him. Brandon described his surroundings. He was near gravel roads with no landmarks in sight. Around 2 a.m., frustration was building. His parents couldn't see him, and Brandon couldn't recognize his surroundings. Tensions rose, but Brandon kept his calm, trying to help his parents pinpoint his location. Then, just after 2:30 a.m., something chilling happened. Brandon suddenly exclaimed, "Oh shh!" and the line went silent. His father's calls went unanswered, and after several more attempts to contact Brandon, his parents grew increasingly anxious. They drove and searched as the first light of dawn crept across the fields, hoping to find him. But as the morning progressed with no sign of Brandon, they reported him missing to the authorities. An intensive search. A large-scale search began almost immediately, involving local authorities, volunteers, and scent-tracking dogs. Using cell tower data, investigators determined that Brandon's last known location was not near Lynd, as he had thought, but closer to the town of Porter, about 25 miles away. This only deepened the mystery. How could he have misjudged his location by that much? The search team brought in bloodhounds to follow Brandon's scent trail. The dogs led them along a path that suggested Brandon had been walking on foot after leaving his car, heading toward the Yellow Medicine River. But just as suddenly as the trail had started, it went cold along the river's edge. Despite their best efforts, including extensive searches of the river, there was no sign of Brandon's body, his belongings, or his phone. The strange nature of Brandon's last words, "Oh, shh," has fueled countless theories. Did he fall into the river or encounter someone in the darkness? Perhaps he stumbled on something dangerous, like an animal or a sudden drop. One theory suggests he might have slipped into the river, drowning before he could call for help. But without evidence, this theory remains just speculation. Another possibility is that Brandon may have wandered further away from the road after becoming disoriented. The rural Minnesota landscape, with its fields and woods, can be a disorienting place at night, and many believe he may have accidentally succumbed to the elements while trying to find his way. However, no physical trace of Brandon has ever been discovered, leaving investigators without definitive answers. Some also wonder if foul play could have been involved. Although the area was remote, there was never any evidence to suggest an abduction or attack. Still, Brandon's sudden exclamation has left many convinced he saw something alarming or unexpected in his final moments on the line. A family's hope and an ongoing investigation. Years have passed, but Brandon's family has never given up hope. They have campaigned tirelessly to keep his story in the public eye, determined to one day learn the truth. Their advocacy led to the creation of Brandon's Law in Minnesota, which mandates that law enforcement must take all missing person cases seriously and conduct prompt searches, a policy change that has helped other families facing similar tragedies. For Brandon's family, however, this change is only a partial comfort. They continue to search for answers, hoping that someone, someday, might come forward with information that could bring closure to this haunting case. The disappearance of Brandon Swanson remains one of the most haunting unsolved mysteries in Minnesota, and a reminder of how fragile and unpredictable life can be. What do you think could explain Brandon's mysterious disappearance and his chilling final words that night? Share your theories in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for joining us in exploring this unsettling case. If you're captivated by real-life mysteries that defy explanation, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay curious, because some mysteries are closer to home than we realize.